Ass, titties, ass and titties, ass, titties, titties, ass and titties.
Welcome, initiates, to the Animation Triad. As usual, I'm your host, Stu, and I like big butts and I cannot lie.
Hi, I'm Lish, born and raised in South Detroit.
This is the... No, it's Aaron Morrison.
We'll go with that, too.
Yes.
And if you couldn't get it, today we are reviewing, Keijo!
Keijo!
Or, as it literally translates to, competitive girl.
Oh, if only it were that innocent.
It also goes by the name of Hip Whip Girl.
I'll go with that one.
A little closer to the truth.
Yeah.
You want to know what it's about? Butt fights.
Ass and titties.
No joke. No joke.
Mm-mm.
They back up to each other
Mm-hmm.
and they do the butt
That, yeah.
fights.
It leaves
It's-
nothing to the
The butt
imagination.
fights.
Barely anything
and
is left of the
sometimes
animation.
tit fights.
Tits fights
but-
too, you just BAM!
Yeah,
Which,
bam. That's why there's cleavage actually, in honor.
of Keijo.
Keijo.
Yes, we are honoring Keijo in the best way possible.
Right.
Trust me, you don't want to see me in a Speedo.
You might want to. Comment below.
Mm.
Comment
Skip that on
below.
the post, yeah.
Yeah, why not?
If we get 500 likes on this video, he will do his next video in a Speedo. Promise.
Alright, folks, you heard it.
Yeah.
There's the promise. Be careful what you wish for.
That's right, because with our suggestions, we'll either not take it.
Or we will, and you'll suffer for it.
Yes.
And as we all know, I like making you suffer.
These two could be masochists all they want. I'm just going to stand right here.
But yes, Keijo! As we said, ass and titty fights, basically. Wow, this actually does exist.
Only in anime. You can't get this nowhere else.
That's true.
Very true. It's not porn. That's the most amazing
it's
thing.
really not.
I
That's
kind of
the
wish it
weirdest
was,
thing.
though. Just saying.
That would be some of the weirdest porn I could...
I do not understand that at all, because the first time that I turned it on, my first thoughts when they're like, oh, we're going to compete in a butt fight, I'm like, what the fuck am I watching?
That was my result. Actually, the first thing I saw was the Cerberus butt attack. That was the first thing I saw of it. I'm like...
It was a dog,
It's like
a spiritual dog,
spawning from her behind.
coming from her bum.
I want y'all to realize that. We're talking about a freaking sports anime. Talking about butts and tits. And they have attacks. They have literal names.
Which,
The Vulcan cannon.
yeah, hold on a minute. Yes, there's the butt cannon, which means like major boot. Serious farting here.
Oh, God.
Not really. They didn't
No
really
farts or
fart,
anything.
but those names sound like they should be.
It should...
And then they have the vacuum butt cannon, which is like what, an imploded fart?
I don't know.
Did it go back inside?
Yeah.
I'm unnerved. What happened?
Like,
to
how does
those
that
intestines?
physically even happen? Or the hypno boobies, which, okay, that one makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
That one kind of does.
That would make
happens every
sense. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's
You know
called-
what?
yeah.
If it had just been things like hips, it would make sense. Watch me whip. Watch me nene. Watch me whip. Watch
Get
me
the tangent
nene.
jar now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here you go.
Okay,
Take all
okay,
my
here we
money.
go.
Take all
Okay.
the money.
She's making it rain, folks. Ooh.
Yes.
All right.
Seriously.
Wow.
What a strange show.
And the weirdest thing here, it's played straight.
It is.
This is not played as in pure fan service. It is pure fan service.
God.
It is. So many coochie shots.
And ass shots and all this other stuff, but it is played straight like almost any other sports anime.
This it literally could have been on like any sports channel, and you wouldn't think anything of it. The way
No,
they take and
seriously.
present it to
They
you.
Oh,
do
a
play
feminist
it
might have
straight.
some thoughts on it.
You know
but
what? You know what? I am a feminist, and
Okay.
I do have some thoughts.
Let's hear it.
First of all, what's interesting about them playing it straight is that literally when they're in the minor leagues, they wear a one-piece. It's not until they grow pro that they're wearing a two-piece. So just let's keep that in mind. But beyond that, strangely enough, I mean, the last episode, I think I brought up the Bechdel test. But again, apply the Bechdel test to this show, and you'll see that it actually passes this one 90% of the time, simply because most of the characters are women, and then on top of that, they're talking to each other about things completely unrelated to men or dating or anything. They're usually talking about sports or competition or even just, again, like the sexual harassment that's going on.
Oh, wow.
What's her name with the long blonde hair?
The-
just like grabbing everyone's...
Yeah, the lesbian.
Well, a lot of them are lesbians. That's not the
She's
problem.
the only one that's officially... Well, that's in her character description.
No. Because what was her name with the purple hair? The
one
one
with
who
the
had
bunny?
a crush on her.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about her.
She was a lesbian, but she was
Yeah.
just super jealous of Kimikashi.
Yeah. I'm not even going to attempt to say the names because I'm going to butcher them horribly, so...
Oh,
I
you and me
feel like
both,
I
so
should be-
I'm out of this one.
But you know what's strange is that even though you're looking at this and you're going, what the... Like, it keeps you hooked.
It
okay?
does!
Yeah.
It really does. I had no intention of watching this originally. And my wife just turned it on because she thought it sounded so stupid it had to be funny. And I'm literally sitting at the PC trying to just work on a script. And I hear this going on in the background, and I'm like, what is going... I turn around, and it's butt... Just
Butt fighting.
butt fighting, and no. It was the like portals open up and all these butts came out. And I'm like,
Oh my god, but Tina Belcher would be in heaven right
oh
now.
my god, would she ever? It's just...
She would write in her erotic friend fiction diary, I am sure of it.
Oh,
Yes.
this would be her holy grail.
You know what's funny is the first episode that I watched, again, I already mentioned what the blank is happening, but after that, I was just like, I need someone to suffer through this with me.
Yes.
So I brought my husband into the mix. I'm like, you're gonna sit and you're gonna watch Jiggling Titties with me, okay? I know, I'm the best wife ever. And he's sitting there and he's
It brings
like,
people together.
It
does. And he's like, that's his face. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but I need someone to get through this with me. By the fourth episode, I'm like, okay, I will let you watch whatever else you want to watch. You want to watch Pawn Stars? I'm with you. I hate Pawn
I want to
Stars.
stop you right there.
You
Your
wanna-
husband is the best. He is.
He is.
He's like.
He
He
is.
is so lucky.
He is blessed. He is
Because
blessed.
he actually kept me going on this. Because I was ready to watch Pawn Stars, Cheers, anything by the fourth episode. He's like, actually, babe, I kind of need to know if the wedgie really did give her superpowers.
How often can you say that sentence and it makes sense in context?
Victims of bullying, rejoice! Your wedgies make you faster.
Indeed they do.
Tryout start tomorrow.
You do?
Line up over there and we'll try it out.
No, you're supposed to wedgie yourself.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
the
wait,
problem.
yeah.
That's why it never worked.
Yeah.
Now we know.
Yeah.
It's a self-induced wedgie. Though if you're a
You
guy,
have to
that
do
doesn't
it
really work
yourself.
all that well.
Butt floss. Butt floss.
Oh, maybe they should maybe do a segue
Oh.
for like the actual other series. Right? Let's like make that a side series for the guys.
What segue?
Oddly
how,
enough-
how it work out?
Okay,
I
so
want to see
Work that one
men.
out.
I want to see men do that with the butt fights.
it actually, this is based off a manga, all right?
It always
And it's
is.
still, not always, but it's still ongoing. It's still going. It's got like 14 issues out right now, or bound collections or
Okay.
whatever. And
It's still going.
it's still going, yeah.
Oh, goodness.
And in the first couple chapters, there's a lot of stuff that's left out of the anime. There's a bunch
there's
of
always
side characters, and there's a lot of backstory left out.
Oh wow!
Like all the guy characters are completely left out.
That's okay. That's
Yeah,
okay.
you don't need that. But basically, the main character is introduced to the sport because she wants to make money, and she's like, I'm in this just to make money.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because her family is basically dirt poor and she's trying to help bring them out of poverty. And,
that is something we did not get in the series.
no, it's really, I just want money is what it came across as. So
You
it
have
ma-
to be
that
damn
and
well
Glory.
proud, though.
That and Glory.
Yeah.
She wanted
Glory.
prizes. She wanted to be famous. She wanted to be a front runner.
yeah. So that is a little bit of a disservice to her in the anime. But as I said, the manga, there are guy characters. And they actually try and attempt to do the sport as well. 2 of them in the intro do it. They only do it for like a few minutes. And he's like, I'm going to show her how dangerous this sport is, and I'm going to beat her so she doesn't get into it. And she kicks his ass. Literally.
Literally, she butt trumps his
Yeah.
ass.
Yeah. And it's...
The asteroidal attack.
Yeah, it's
Seriously,
Yeah,
so many butt puns.
so many.
So many butt puns.
And you
How
get
could it
all
not
variety
be?
of butts. You get small butts, you get big butts, you get firm butts, you get little, like,
We
tight
accept
booties.
all, please.
Yes.
All
And
the butts.
some of the attacks are just phenomenal. Like there's
Oh,
that
God.
judo throw with the nipple. By getting her nipples hard, she catches
Yeah,
somebody's
she-
clothes
this-
on her nipple and literally throws them over. I cannot make this up, and I would love to God to be able to show you some of this stuff, but censors, and we don't have that ability yet. We're working on it, folks.
My favorite, though, is Attack on Titan. Seriously. One of the bigger players
I'm gonna need a drink for this one.
came
sorry.
up with Attack on Titan. I mean, there you go. There is a cross-reference for you. Attack on Titan, referenced in a fan service anime, because they wanted to go there,
And they did.
and they did.
Oh, I didn't come here drunk enough. I'm gonna have to say, yeah.
Ugh.
I'm gonna stay here for a minute, guys. I'll be with y'all.
Folks, this series exists, and it was actually one of the most popular series on Crunchyroll when it came out, only beaten by Yuri on Ice and Drifters. That's the only things that beat it out, apparently.
You guys
wow.
want to hear something really funny, though?
Oh, please.
There are
bring it.
people online who actually wish that this was a real sport.
That does not
I
surprise
can
me
see the
at
petitions
all.
right now. For
There
it.
is topless boxing.
That would be fine, but like literally with the butt thing, like the thing that really got me, one of the scenes in one of the episodes, they go face 1st into a butt.
Oh, I
And
remember
then
that. Oh, God.
Start
Which episode was
talking.
this?
I think that was
And
like
then
towards the
start
end.
talking
Okay.
about how it smelled. Now it turned out that this was a fake out to try and get their opponent to leave them alone, but I was thinking if it were me, if I were competing in this professionally, I wouldn't wash for a freaking month before a match. Let them try and get near me.
No, all you gotta do is
Smell.
eat garlic and let one rip when they get close. I'm only
There's
saying,
a
like,
butt cannon for you.
yeah, no, that's chemical warfare.
That is.
I thought we're
Oh my
starting
God.
to do this professionally, people.
The Gatling butt was another term for an attack.
Yeah, or you got
The vibrating hip, and oh my God, in the finals,
God.
when they decided to literally get their opponent off in order to disqualify them.
Yeah, 2 of the twins, nonetheless. Twins.
Do you see how much? Do you see what's happening to my wine?
It's shaky. The whole table is shaky. He can't take this. He can't.
He
This
can't
is,
take it. It's too
Let me
much.
tell y'all right now. I've seen
Seriously.
a lot of crazy
She's
anime, but this
spanking-
one is too
She's
much.
spanking the other opponents with her butt. She's butt spanking with the butt.
and
and
nipples
then-
occasionally.
And then she's rubbing it on the nips.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, ah!
Or the
until
titty
they're
twister,
finally-
literally
Oh.
taking the tits, twisting them, and using them to create force that pushes people away and pushes her away from things.
I kid you
Where's
not.
the logic
I'm like,
behind this?
I kid you not. When I started watching this, I'm like, what the fuck? Why am I watching this? What am I watching and why?
But you can't stop watching, that's
You
it.
can't.
It's like watching a train wreck, but with
It
ass and
is.
tits.
It is. And then the strange thing, they actually get you hooked with, like, feelings.
You do. You want to know what's going to happen next. It's like, is she going to be able to master that next butt move?
Is she gonna be able to impress her idol?
Yes.
Like, her idol taught her this turn-up trick, and she was just struggling in the rain, and she finally got it, and man, I almost cried.
This anime is a trap.
It
Almost.
is.
Trap.
You've heard of trap music? This is trap anime, folks.
Yeah. It
This
is
is gateway
a trap.
drug. What are you talking about?
And then they create sympathy for her opponent too.
Yes.
The same
with a
little
backstory.
motherfucker. The same little motherfucker
Mm-hmm.
that like decides to start some shit with her just because she came over to the school to compete, which she's supposed to do. Kamikaze and her teammates are supposed to come over and compete.
Well, it's all Crips and Blood, basically.
Oh, yeah,
West side
it's that
versus
way.
east side.
And then her opponent, Maya, I believe.
Yeah, it was mine, I think.
Yeah. So she's like, you know, with her thing, the way that rival teenagers always seem to do in movies.
Oh, God.
Mhm.
So they do that, and then we find out that like her own parents didn't want her. She didn't have any friends in school. One of her teachers took her in, and she's like, "Will you destroy this bed with your butt?" And I'm like, "Okay, here we go with the laughter
Yeah.
again." But then it's like, oh my God, she's so worried about disappointing her authority figure parent. And then she loses, and she's like, I'm so sorry. And
Well,
then she's,
after a mental breakdown, of course.
and then the coach, the mother, is basically like, the greatest gift and honor is having you for a daughter.
Soap operas
Like,
got nothing
basically-
on
Yeah.
this.
I'm sorry, I'm quoting Mulan, but that's basically what it was.
Pretty much.
And I'm like, I'm
oh my
almost,
God.
if I had been just a few more glasses of wine in, there probably would have been real tears.
Clearly, yes.
I felt it.
It plays it straight, and I can't say it's I can't knock it too much because it
Oh, I can knock it.
you can knock the hell out
I
of it.
can
You can knock it
but
a lot.
It's also very gripping.
It is. It really pulls you in, and
And I, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Okay, so hold on. There's one trick where this chick is like farting out cards.
oh yeah, that was.
She's literally
Imagine.
farting out cards, and I'm sorry, but cross-reference here. If any of you have watched Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah. Oh.
My first thought was trust in the fart of the cards. That was my first thought. I'm like,
Oh.
I eventually was just supplementing any other cultural reference I could when I was watching the show, because it was so funny to
Oh
me.
my God, this series. If it doesn't break you, it will make you laugh.
It will.
Really will.
Please don't take it seriously unless
You
you're
can't.
into that kind of thing. Like if you're into butt fights and it gives you like fat material, which I figure you're like, okay, when I saw this, I'm like, I guess people fap to it. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then, like, as I'm watching, I'm like, no, this has to be comedy. This
Please
has
have
to be.
alcohol near you.
It's encouraged, strongly encouraged when watching this.
Have some kind of psychoactive substance.
Be shit faced.
That helps too, yeah.
I mean, you could.
Not that we condone it, I'm just saying it.
I'm on.
Oh, I
Doesn't hurt.
condone it. I don't do it, but
Yes.
I fully approve. Yeah.
So
Do your
yeah. Keijo.
Keijo, let's tell them a little bit about the history, shall we?
Please do.
Yeah, so
Keijo.
Keijo. Whatever.
Butt
fighting. Well, it's a 12-episode series, so it's really quick to get through. 6 OVAs apparently, which I haven't seen. I didn't know.
What are OVAs?
Original video animation, so it's like direct-to-DVD stuff.
Oh, okay.
So like
there
special
you go.
episodes, that's where they can get.
Okay.
Because Keijo was shown on TV, so they can show more basically with the OVAs. So probably
There
more
you
nudity
go.
or whatever.
There you go. We can tell someone's intrigued.
Indeed.
I want to hear more from you, because, like, we thought it was ridiculous, but apparently...
You know what? Here's my problem. Like I said, I've seen crazier animes. I've seen Kill la Kill. I've seen One Piece. It's like, those shows don't hold a candle to how ridiculous Keijo really is. It just because it takes itself so seriously, you just don't know where to go with it.
I will say this. There is one series I could kind of compare it to, but it'd be a disservice to this series.
Okay.
And it would be Icon. Icon is unapologetically fan service, and that's all it is. It does not make sense. It is a horrible series, and it's really freaking stupid, and is just...
No bias. No bias.
No, please.
No, I am completely biased. This is it's a horrible series. And yes, pull out the jar. I will pay.
Okay.
I will gladly pay for this because...
I'll give you my money for that. No, don't take my money.
No.
It's mine.
Because, folks, Icon is just bad all over. It makes no sense. That's where this anime's strengths lie. Keijo
It makes sense. It's
makes
linear.
sense
It's
within
linear.
the realms of the universe they set up. It makes sense.
It sticks to what
It's
it
played
does.
straight, and it's well done. The animation is not badly done.
No.
No,
The-
the
also,
animation
I-
is great.
Yeah, I will
Yeah.
say this: the character designs are varied. You don't get all default anime girl look.
That's true.
You get like buff girls. You get some really chubby girls. You get some
You
more.
got like two. You got the
Yeah.
one from the rival,
Mhm.
and then the one who is a has-been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you've got like these really buff, like almost manly chicks.
Yes.
Mhm.
And I'm just like, you know what? That's a lot more variety than you see in almost any other type of ecche or ichi, however you want
And
to
there's
say
so
it.
much heart in it too.
It is. There's
Yes.
actually a lot of work put into this, and I cannot fault it for
And
it.
you know what else I love about it, strangely enough, is that despite all the weird shit going on,
Mhm.
they actually establish a camaraderie. It's not
Yes.
it's not like it's a free for all with just
Mhm.
sex, and sexual harassment and with the butt fighting and everything. I mean, that one character should
Yeah.
just be grabbing on everyone. And,
Yeah.
And I'm like, girl, you need to take a class.
She'll go. Yeah. Just
But
tone it down.
everyone else is actually really supportive of the other one.
Mhm.
They develop friendships, they develop rivalries, but they're not all rivals.
No.
And in fact, some of the rivals even become friends.
Mhm.
Class
So
A
it's-
sportsmanship.
Yes, it's really interesting to see this thing that's basically softcore porn and like dedicated in part to fapping, but somehow still manages to put together something that makes you actually want to stick around for more than that. It's something that you can watch for more than 15 minutes. I mean, you're going to be doing a lot of
But you won't feel incredible shame for the most part.
no, there will be shame.
There will be shame, but not incredible shame.
You'll find you'll push past the shame
Mm-hmm.
for the tidbits of
Heart.
human condition.
You know, I'm gonna
Yes.
say it right now. No, check shame at the door, cause you know what you're signing up for when you watch.
No,
this.
I didn't.
Mm.
Like, I learned.
I warned you, fan service. I warned you.
That doesn't mean anything. Like, okay, every single anime I've ever watched is basically a bunch of people going, must show panties! Upskirt shots now! Like, But this was like, hi there, I can see the outline of your camel toe.
Yes. Yes, you do.
I wasn't expecting that. Like, I guess I didn't really fully know what fan service meant, but, I mean, it...
Watch Monster Musume.
No thanks.
I
It,
sat through that one.
it kept me watching,
Mhm.
and for more than just shock factor,
Mm-hmm.
I actually became invested in the characters, and like I said, my husband actually became invested in the characters.
Mm-hmm.
He was laughing just as hard as I was,
Mm-hmm.
but there was something unmistakably lovable about Kamikashi and her friends.
Yeah, there really is. There is a connection there, and that's what makes the series work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's not just fluff, like so much ecche is.
That's true.
So, I gotta say, surprisingly good in its own way. For what
Yeah.
it is,
Watch
it is
it
surprisingly
for a laugh.
good.
Watch
Definitely.
it for a laugh, though.
Yeah, don't go into it expecting miracles, just,
Don't expect to cry.
yeah.
Like, you'll almost maybe.
Maybe.
If you're...
It's not Shakespeare.
No.
It's not.
No. It's not Shakespeare.
Well, it may be for some if you're just looking for that,
Oh.
That's setting the bar
Just-
pretty low.
Yeah. Yeah, that's... Yeah.
Yeah. So, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you up before. You were
Yes.
talking about the history of it,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
which was that it was
Oh, it had
Yeah.
the
comic
manga.
book series first.
Yeah, the manga series, and it's been adapted into the 12 episodes. You got the 6 OVAs. That's really about it right now. The first season wrapped up, and I think there's going to be plans for another season. It was quite popular, went over very well. The Dead or Alive series actually has a tie-in to it. Downloadable swimsuits for some of the characters,
Oh.
based off of the characters from this anime. It's been fairly well received, and as I said, the comic is still ongoing, so yeah, find it out there.
Yeah, definitely.
That's You've heard our opinion. I mean, go and see it for
Yeah.
yourself. This shit's gotta be seen to believe, folks. Really, it
It's
really does.
so weird. And then, like, the first time I was watching it, because I decided to watch it in Japanese
Mm-hmm.
with the English subtitles.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just imagining the actors trying to get through this with a straight face. Like, whether it's Japanese actors or whether it's American actors who would be dubbing this. I mean,
no, the
who
American
could
ones
literally
are
be
bad.
like, vacuum butt cannon! With a serious, like I did it, but I don't know how I did it. He couldn't even, yeah.
I couldn't even hear it with a straight face.
Can you imagine though? Can you imagine like strapping on your headphones and you're in front of a mic and you're like, vacuum butt cannon! Attack on Titan!
Flash!
Butt flash!
No, tit flash.
No, there were both.
There was both. Oh yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. There was. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Nipple flash!
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I think I muffled a lot of the dialogue just by me laughing so hard. I couldn't. I was like trying
I
to
had
follow everything
subtitles.
going on,
Yeah.
but
Reading it
it's
all.
like no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And I can't imagine what the actors would go through. I feel like if you ever wanted to hire an actor who you knew could get it done dramatically, I mean, hire an anime dub actor because
Yeah.
they've seen some shit.
they've seen some things, they've had to say some things.
Oh yeah.
And they've had to do it with a straight face.
So
oh my
yeah.
goodness. I feel like there's more to say though.
But what is there to say? That's just it. I mean, it's
It's a
just
show.
go see it. As we've said, it's something you have to see.
Tits, ass, and anime. That's all that can be said about this.
Yeah, pretty much. That sums it up right there. Oh, and a little bit of heart.
And a little bit of heart, but I kind of feel like I need to show you guys some of the things that they say about actually making this a real sport.
Oh,
Like,
this
let's
is gonna
see.
be interesting.
Keijo.
Is this?
I don't know if it's PG-13, okay? I'm trying here.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, so-
We'll see.
Well, we'll go into that.
We got
Keijo
disclaimers up
sport,
ahead.
Real life.
Is it possible for Keijo to be a region?
Yeah, so...
Oh, wow.
Maybe it should turn to Olympic sport.
Oh my goodness, but just can you imagine a show that actually takes powers from wedgies?
That's
All
all
right.
you need to know, folks.
So it's basically women's sumo on a floating platform. I mean, kind of. It's
Yeah. it
you
could
don't
be-
have to be overweight. In fact,
No.
some people are even talking about they would rather plus size women not even do it, which I personally think is just sizist. Like,
That's
Yeah.
offensive. That's just
it's
being
so
mean.
That's fat shaming.
offensive.
Yeah, it is, and that's
It
wrong.
is.
I mean, as they show in the anime, anyone of any size can do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
It's all about how you work it.
So let's see. We have nothing helpful on here actually.
Curse you, internet! Curse you! But not really, because you're helping us. So
Like
Yeah.
we're working here, Stuart.
Mhm,
We're
I know.
working here.
Just because you work there doesn't mean you have to like it.
True.
Okay, somebody actually makes an interesting point here.
Mm-hmm.
Menstruation.
Nice name.
Yeah. Menstruation would be a bit of an issue since a good chunk of women do get more sensitive in and around the mammaries during that time, as well as other body parts, which may minimally or even severely impact athletic abilities. So, yeah, my thought is actually this.
It also brings up plastic surgery would probably be banned, because that'd be like performance enhancements.
Right. Some swimsuits would be banned because of the padding.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they'd have to have, like, you know...
Truthfully, I want to know why this sport doesn't require a helmet. Like, I feel like it needs a helmet.
Yeah.
And not just because you're watching it.
That's all, folks!
You wish! So, but seriously though, the menstruation, I would actually be not quite as worried about the nipples being sensitive or whatever. I'd be a little more worried about cramps, and I'd also be a little worried about face-to-ass contact.
We all know you don't go ass to mouth.
Do we know that?
I would hope so. I would hope so.
Some of us know that. Some of us know that.
Yeah.
Why did I even say that? So...
I just wonder.
Somebody had
Trust
to.
me, I'm wondering too. But it actually makes me wonder, like, if somehow the menstruation got out of control, would that be a technical foul if it landed somewhere it's not supposed to land?
I wouldn't count it.
You wouldn't.
Would it be a red flag?
Oh. And that might be our good night, everybody.
There's a special place in hell for me, I know.
Right next to me, probably.
I won't be too far.
I'm going to hell in a handbasket.
We're on the highway to hell.
Oh, I don't need to be afraid of the devil, I ain't afraid. There ain't nothing you can do that ain't already been done to me.
Money jar.
Oh,
now.
yeah, okay,
Oh, yeah.
money. Yeah, I got you. Sorry, Voltaire, I love his
I
music.
just realized some of the things we've said might actually belong in like a douche jar.
Oh, we should probably make that to a new thing.
We
Oh, we should try that, actually,
We
yes.
should, but then I would lose all of my money in the first 5 minutes.
True, but then we get more equipment.
Yes.
Aha!
Okay.
Yes. It costs a lot to hang out with you guys.
I know, it does.
Friendship pays.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it pays
But not
you
enough,
guys.
so please, like us more.
Yes.
Click that button and share.
Remember, 500 likes and this guy will do his next episode in a Speedo. His wife
know
won't
you want
mind. His wife won't mind. In fact, she condones this union.
Yes, she does.
But is there anything else that we've not touched on? Because I don't
I
want to just leave it where it is if there's...
I think we've touched on everything we can because as of right now, the series, the first season is done, and I'm pretty sure they're getting a second season.
Oh, they have to.
They have to, especially with the way they ended it. So, consider this part 1, and when the next season comes out, we will do part 2.
Yes.
Because there's no way we can just call this quits, because the story clearly isn't done yet.
And we're hooked.
We are.
We're hooked on those nipples.
I'm right
We're hooked
there.
and we can't stop staring. Oh, baby.
Get with ya.
And take your picture.
My homeboys tried to warn me.
But with that butt, you got me so horny. Ooh. So,
That's
changing
enough.
topics.
Yeah.
Next time on Animation Triad, we bring you the joys of motherhood while looking at such magical films involving mothers.
Don't worry, no birthing videos.
No, sorry, I couldn't.
Not
make
even
it.
one?
Okay, maybe one for you.
Yeah,
Okay,
okay,
cool. Thank you.
You'll be in your own little room doing that. No, but next time we will be looking at Coraline.
Ooh.
So, as usual,
Yeah.
I'm Stu,
I'm Lish.
Aaron!
and this is Animation Triad.